Well, I'll tell you who's ruined themselves. Arsenal Football Club. They are an incredibly sad entity at the moment. There's no fight, there's no passion, there's no hunger, there's no desire. That is the meekest, weakest, and softest performance I've ever seen from Arsenal Football Club in a North London derby. And I feel sorry for the fans. I really do. Now, of course, there's a little part of me, boys, that gets giddy about it all, being a Liverpool fan. But Arsenal are a club I've always had a lot of respect for. And when I was growing up and really starting to embrace the Premier League, I fell in love with it because of guys like Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira. I can even go as far back as guys like Martin Keown and Tony Adams. You know, players that had some serious fight in them. They would be, when they watched that on the weekend, they would be livid, those types of players. Because when I grew up, Arsenal were the only club that could match Manchester United in terms of physicality and intimidation. And as we know, Manchester United under Fergie were as hard-nosed as it got, really. They used to go to their own backyard, down to Old Trafford, or up to Old Trafford rather, and they used to really match it with them in terms of the physicality of the game. So for Arsenal now, the vintage under Wenger, to have regressed so much in terms of their approach to some of their biggest games, and we've seen this, it's a continuous problem. Their record against top six sides is awful. It is atrocious. They have been humbled and embarrassed so many times. The 8-2 at Old Trafford, the 6-0 away to Chelsea, where I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain that should have got sent off, but I think it was Gibbs that ended up getting the red card. That was quite funny. But the point being, the Liverpool game, 5-1, they were 4-0 down inside 20 minutes. How many times does such a proud football club with a proud supporter base have to get let down in games of such a magnitude when everyone in world football is watching? How many times does that have to happen? How many times does a manager keep his position when everything seems like it's going against him, particularly with the results on the field? I was saying it to a few of the lads watching the game on Saturday night. I could probably only think of one or two Arsenal players at a stretch that will get in Tottenham's lineup. They have fallen so far. They've regressed so hard in the past couple of years, and I feel really sorry for the fans having to be put through the ringer, so to speak. And they were pumped. Those fans were so pumped for this game, and I know Rob Crawford, our producer in the studio, is absolutely buzzing for this game because guess what? They had a little glimmer of hope. They got in a few big name signings, and yet they went out and they dished up that pathetic, abject performance on Saturday, which should have been 5 or 6-0. I'm just clutching at straws to think, how can a guy like Arsene Wenger continue to stay in his position at that football club? And again, being a Liverpool fan, I have the utmost respect for Arsenal Football Club because they were invariably one of the sides that really got me into the game. And you know, I didn't really like seeing Jamie Carragher get put on his ass by Thierry Henry every single time we played them. But the point being, they were class, and now they are anything but, and they are regressing and falling into the abyss. I'm very sorry for every Arsenal fan out there, and if they don't have change in the next 12 months, it's only going to get worse.